Yo, thanks for calling it early. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What's that old commercial? Can you hear me now? Thanks for calling it early. I swear I must have hit it while in transition or whatever. Striker, let me know definitely if you guys can hear me. Yes, no. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I was saying I was laughing. I was kind of giggling like a little schoolboy, schoolgirl. It's Monday, and today I just woke up in a very positive mood. Um, Maybe it's because Bitcoin's above 40K. I don't know. That's great. Maybe it's the topic of today, and it's just at this point, being a long-term cosmonaut, it's days like today where you just go, it never stops producing entertainment. Uh, I guess for a lack of better words, it never it never stops producing some entertaining conversations. And of course, so we're going to be covering that the drama never stops for Notional. The drama continues as the title goes. Yay, right? Yay, Cosmos. But guys, it's so intriguing that we're going to talk about it yet again. It's not because I'm trying to like clickbait anything. I really do honestly think, what's up, Blau? What's up, man? I really do honestly think that what's unfolding for Notional, what's unfolding, I should say, for the Cosmos ecosystem, it's like Netflix movie type stuff. That's what's happening right now. Like it's like no joke. People are like sweeping it under the rug because of emotions and like they want to feel like a good person and all this other stuff. And I get it. Hey, look, I want to feel like a good person too. I really want to feel like, like I'm not that guy, but I'm that guy. If you guys don't know by now, I'm kind of that guy where I could strip that badge whenever I need to and just kind of laugh about it. And anyway, before I go any further, guys, I got to give a channel sponsor shout out to the one and only Kajura.network. You know they're my channel sponsor. They've been a channel sponsor for us for quite a long time. It's the blockchain for real yield, the decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web3 users seeking sustainable fintech. A lot of crazy, great things happening within the Kajura network, within the Kajura community, which means, hey, if you guys like, look, you guys might be like, how does he say that when he's who he is, guys? Which means a lot of good things actually happening for everything that it affects indirectly, right? Um, Anything that's connected, anything that could be found on the Kajura blockchain, is seeing positive returns from their positivity within our space. And so, if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, you know what this was? It's like one, ow, it's one of those slap bracelets. It's a slap bracelet. It's my new fidget. I stole it from my kid and I was like, I love these things. Give it to me, boy. Um, but anyway, yeah. So shout outs to Kajura.network. Really appreciate the team. Really appreciate the community. Great, fabulous things happening because of Kajura within the Cosmos ecosystem. You guys gotta check them out. You gotta check them out. You can do that by checking out Kajura.network. Guys, the next channel sponsor I want to give a shout out to is the one and only Jacko protocol. Get ready, because you guys are going to get like a blinding, but actually, I'm not going to give you guys the main page because it's like a huge white. There should be, look, Patrick, I want there to be a dark mode. Okay. I can't be presenting this super big white mode stuff for Kajura, guys. If you guys don't know, it's loading. Also, I need it to load faster, Patrick. You're making me look bad right now, Patrick. Yep. There we go. Look, it loads. It loads. Guys, Jackal is our second channel sponsor. You guys know we only take sponsorships with people that think that they have a great team, a great vision, a great product, and they got product market fit. I absolutely love Jackal. I think everybody else within Web3, no matter what you're doing, if well, I will say this. I want to say no matter what you're doing, but if you're a content creator, or I like to say I regurgitate content. I don't create it. I just kind of like regurgitate it back out to everybody else with my own thought process behind it. Um, but if you're a content sharer, you all saw what happened with Liam, right? Gets his platform stripped from him, and all the content is lost. This is one of those ways, if you don't like backing it up physically yourself because it's maybe not cost effective or whatnot, this is one of the ways that you can actually do that with Jackal Protocol. If you are an NFT project, one of the things that you can do to really reinforce and back up your community, if you're about your community, right, and maybe not just somebody just launching things for the hell of it, if maybe you got some kind of utility and stuff going on, if you really want to back it up, maybe back up your NFTs that you've launched with Jackal Protocol. So that way you will always have somewhere to go to just in case things get hairy out there, right? We don't know if these blockchains, we don't know if, these centralized points of failure might buckle at any given point for any given reason, right? It's very cost effective. I'm not going to go on too long because I've already been doing that, but like, if you guys just go here and go to their storage, like the cost to store for relatively most people is so low, like it's a no-brainer. So yeah. I really like Jackal. I myself are going to be doing stuff with some of the Manekis that I have out of my own pocket because I think like I said, it's a no-brainer, right? Like it really is a no-brainer. And so I'm going to be putting my use in my mouth where people are sponsoring me. Let me go to the chat. Let me see here. What's up, Reese? What's up, Striker? Again, Blau. What's up, man? Kryptonium. I like it. Can hear. Nice. Blau says, by any chance, if it's not annoying, could you summarize what happened with Jay and Notional? I'm so out of the loop according to the Cosmos. Yeah, no. I definitely can. Definitely can. 1 second. I'll get to that in just a second. What was behind Liam losing his job? I think what was behind Liam, I'm just speculating, right? Because unfortunately, with Liam, when he actually reached out to YouTube and asked like what the hell was going on, he didn't really get anywhere with it. I can only speculate, and so can he, that at first I thought it was like, he wasn't disclosing sponsors and monetization and stuff like that. But I also speculated that it could just be because where he's at. If you guys don't know, one of the big things right now in Europe, as far as news, is they're really, really starting to catch up with the U.S. Like, I'm sorry, guys, you guys are going to start feeling the pain that us U.S. residents have felt for a long time now. But if you guys haven't been seeing, like, the U.K. is really locking down on content being provided for crypto use, DeFi, all that stuff. There was literally, I think, just an article made. I don't have it up for a point of reference, but what's up, Joe? There was an article basically saying that the government has like really, I think actually, if hold on, I can Google this real quick. But there was like a stern warning just recently from the UK government saying to people who have maybe not disclosed their crypto holdings or their interactions throughout Web3 or blockchain, that there's going to be severe penalties if not, if you don't do so. So I think what happened, and like many others, I think what happened with Liam, to go back to the question, was I think that they just being from where he's at, they just don't like it. Guys, providing crypto content like gets shadow banned. The reason why it's like, unless you're paying for like who knows, right? But if you're trying to do it on the up and up, like I've been trying to do it on the up and up, not buying things, not trying to do it organically, you get shadow banned. It doesn't matter all the tricks and shortcuts and things that you try to do and fancy thumbnails. I mean, it does, but like you get shadow banned left and right for providing crypto content or block 3 content or whatever you want to say. It's real. It's absolutely real. And I think what happened with Liam, again, if I had to like place a bet, was they just shut him down. They just shut him down because they didn't like it. I can speculate on why YouTube channel gets banned. Why? While you're doing that, so if you guys don't, let's skip it because we can talk about Bitcoin and whatnot. And actually, real quick, we'll go back. We'll circle back to this, but the drama is always more fun, right? And I know you guys have limited time. The Dow Jones, the traditional markets, they're all down right now, right? The muggle markets, they're all down. But you got to have like a zoomed out, bigger, broader picture of things. Like they're down in comparison to what? Like from where we were calling it. Because I don't know how to call it just yet. Like I was saying on the call yesterday, I don't know how to call it. But from my point of view, from where we were looking at things, this doesn't look down at all, to me at least. I'm sorry. This looks like a winner chicken dinner, right? Like, guys, we broke above the cup and handle pattern, which is a wonky one for the Dow Jones. The NASDAQ right now, we're threading the cup and handle. I told you guys, right? This could just come right back down. It could be ready, right? So again, it's always about like where you're making your moves. I don't think this is bad. We just got to have our ebbs and flows in the markets. And I'm not really all too concerned what's happening in the traditional markets because I've already taken my profits. I've already realized my positions and got out scot-free from everything. But Yeah, so everything down in the traditional markets. The DXY showing a little bit of strength today, coming back up 0.39%, 103.6. I'm just gonna fly through this so we can get into the notional drama. Um, Bitcoin up. It was up to actually $42,000. It was up to 42,000, 42 over 42, 195 according to my charts. Well, and I have many Bitcoin charts, but according to my charts, it was above 42 earlier this morning. It's up right now, basically 4% on the day, trading at 41,583. Tremendous work, guys. Tremendous work. I have long-term, short-term bags. You know, we DCA'd, showing you guys before, 4x4 strategy, 1, 2, 3, 4, killed it. This chart has not changed. You guys want to FUD me. You guys want to say, oh, nobody take, don't know. Guys, go back. I'm not going to do the homework for you, but go back. Try to check my receipts. I don't care. I've been saying this stuff for a long time. Haven't moved anything on my charts. Absolutely fabulous. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love it, love it, love it. Before we get into more crypto stuff, though, gold touched all-time highs. Oh my gosh, guys! Again, remember we're on the daily time frame. Gold, guys, today went up to 2146. Insane, insane. A ticker down. Platinum, it's down though today. What goes up must come down. Again, guys, we're reaching all-time highs. Expect that, right? Volatility at all-time highs. Again, for gold, I just can't, like, guys, I can't beat the exit liquidity. I can't, just for myself personally, I have gold, right? Like, maybe not as much as I ever wish I don't think I'll ever have, as much as I wish I had. I don't think anybody will ever reach that target, but like, I have gold at much lower prices. I can't buy this fundamentally as an investor and or trader at like all-time highs. I just can't, because I'm looking for a return, and this is like speculation area for me, like, all day long. This is like floating in space without a tether, and I just don't like that. But I do love gold, so it's good. Gold reached all-time highs. RSIs, though, looking like they're cooling off. We're still in positive money flow. Platinum down 0.81%. Silver, I absolutely love silver. I think silver, if you look at silver again, I'm gonna fly through this, guys. I promise we'll get into the notional drama. Is a huge, really crazy looking up and handle pattern. And I think it has much, much more potential than it does gold. I think it's the poor man's gold, obviously. Silver, right? Like, I think anybody can DCA into silver. I think it's a lot more attainable. I think the margins compared to paper traded silver and physical silver is what really, really entices me or intrigues me, and is enticing. And so, again, I'm a big silver stacker. Although I will say I didn't do too well on the jiu-jitsu tournament over the weekend. I got bronze, which I got my ass kicked. I got my ass kicked, and I collected copper or bronze. So it's okay. I guess I'm stacking copper too. But anyway, silver, I really like silver. Let's move on from silver, though. Silver's down 2.25. You got to be taking profits while profits are there, right? Or else, who knows? I will say copper. Speaking of copper, this is the weekly time frame. What a great looking chart long term, right? Like, this is the best looking chart in precious metals I've ever seen in my life. So like, yeah, I absolutely love. Maybe melt it and sell it right now. Yeah, right now. This is shit. Third, if you're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, no, I thought, dude, I just went over there and I was like basically a practice dummy for everybody else. Got my ass kicked. I'll show you guys a clip of it too. I know somebody said in the coffee house that I gotta stop swearing. Let me tell you right now, I got my arm hyperextended and it fucking hurt so bad. Anyway, let's move on from copper. Copper, I just want to say it looks great. I think it's a like no-brainer. If you can buy, obviously, if you can buy physical, great, but it would take so much to buy physical and store it, and like it's just, whatever. I think it's great. PAS had a great time just recently, went back up to 16 something. I took profits. I'm free and clear from it now. And now I'm looking again to see if it rinse or repeat on these levels. I'm not going to get into it because I really want to get into Jacob drama. I think it's just fun. Let's go off of those. Going to total for crypto is up 2.24, and that's in the entirety of crypto right now. We broke away from our long-term trend line of resistance here. I know, Blau, you might have like a short amount of time, so I'll try to fly through it. But again, guys, you can see this. We had this trend line of resistance for a long time for the total market cap of crypto. We broke above it, and now we're above both the 50 and the 200 SMA on the daily time frame. So looking good, right? As we do that, expect more volatility, right? We're gonna have ebbs and flows. So be a profit taker always is my suggestion, and you don't have to worry about your emotions. Total 2 up 0.36%. That is everything excluding Bitcoin. Which so isn't much, and the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, which kind of gives you the real picture of things right now, is actually down 0.6% as we make the video. And that again kind of just tells you what you need to know. It's really just Bitcoin and ETH rising in dominance right now. And you know, you gotta be ready for that if you're an altcoin holder, if you're trying to like really look for those returns in your altcoins, because that's where you're gonna get it from, right? Like you're not gonna get these huge big moves without being leveraged on Ethereum and Bitcoin currently, right? And previously, like, right, who knows? The ETF might get approved and like everything might just the gates might open, and then it's like no more hold door, right? Like hold door. You guys know what I'm talking about? Game of Thrones, baby. But yeah, as right now, all the dominance is going back to Big Daddy and Big Mama, which is Bitcoin and ETH. I think with the rotation, once it cools off, we might see, you know, and this just depends if we can stay and maintain above 40,000. I think if we get a cool off period or a rest period for Bitcoin and ETH, you know, we'll see things maybe bleed off into the anticipation for the halving and the expected ETF approval, and you know, just people's overall sentiment changing in the crypto landscape over to alts, and people being a little bit more risk on when it comes to investing and or trading within their alt portfolios. But right now, again, as I think for me, again, like this is not financial advice, but for me, nice, you got playtime. Good, man. I hope you've been doing well, man. I'm glad you're here. Joe as well. Reese, everybody strike out. I'm glad you guys are here. Would probably win a gold in a pillow fight versus osmosis. Dude, I don't know. There's some big boys though. Good coffee. But to go back to it, I not financial advice for me personally, guys. I still think like, you know, I've been making my moves. I will say, like, I've been making my moves. This is the Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin chart in its entirety here, and it kind of shows you the halvings vertically with these lines. You can see, and I've been preaching this for a long time. We're on the monthly time frame using Market Cipher right now. Trend still intact, right? So far, we have two trend lines, long-term trend lines. This one in the past, and this one is still holding up, still playing out. We are in the anticipation phase of the Bitcoin halving here. And so far, trend still intact, right? Like nobody knows. You can't call it, right? Not a fortune teller, not a market maker. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Wells. I don't know what's going to happen. But if we can only go by what we know, and we can only go by math, probability, statistics, and you know, habits of previous investors and or traders in the markets, right? I would say that it's probably safe to assume that we're going to repeat ourselves, not necessarily come close to even rhyming. Maybe, like, I won't even say we're not going to repeat ourselves and not necessarily even come close to rhyming, but we are still trajecting in the same way, right? We're still trajecting in the same way. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I think, to be honest with you, again, we're on the monthly time frame. It's going to look something more like this in the crossover from the finish line. When I mean the finish line, the halving. You see, like, how on the monthly time frame here, like, we just kind of like scooted our butt against the trend line there, and then we kind of like scraped it while we crossed over. Finally figured it out, and it was like, boom. I don't think we're gonna get sky. Obviously, like, anybody that says this and like promotes this, like don't stop listening to them. It's not gonna happen. The market caps are too high. The cost for it to pump tremendously like that, it's just, unless sovereign wealth funds, private offices, big corporations, yada yada yada, you know, markets throughout, not just US, you know, Canada, the Asian markets, and everything in between, start really like jumping on board the Bitcoin ETF and the hype train and stuff like that. It's not gonna happen. It's just like gold. To get a double up on gold, like, you know how much money you need to flow into that market? Same thing as Bitcoin grows and gets more mature. You know how hard it is to get more and more? Drama time. I got to go to bed. Striker says, all right. Sorry. Thank you for keeping in check. But anyway, I think it's going to happen something like this, and then we'll have a pretty good run up. You know, I think to this point would be ideal 143. But I can see it even stopping if it just gets to like close to 100,000 in the next bull run. I'm happy. But in any case, let's move off of Bitcoin. Yada yada yada. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum's up 1.3. Atom's still down, having his problems, and we'll get to Atom right now. It's down 0.83. on the Coinbase chart. This is the monthly time frame. And again, you're welcome. We called this a lot of times. Anybody that was trying to FUD me, go eat a bag of rocks. We called this almost perfectly. 615, right? You're DCAing 4x4 strategy. Boom, 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 boom. You got to be taking profits while profits are there. From this low point to where we are right now, you're still up 54%. So think about it at least, right? I'm not telling you what to do. Just think about it because we could for sure, especially with the drama, which we are going to be getting into in just a second here. We could definitely for sure 100%, unless things fundamentally actually change, like actually change for the Cosmos Hub, the Atom token. You're damn right we could go back down. I will say what was really interesting. I'm changing things to the 1 hour, and then I'm going to go in to the 24. But you can see over the past couple of hours here, look at these strong sell-offs. Did you guys wake up and start checking mint scan and sleuthing through transactions? Because I sure as hell did. This is what I do, right? Like I see strong moves like this, guys, and you got to ask yourself. So we have these huge run-ups, right? We're on the 1 hour, 200 SMA right here. Have huge run-ups here, and then humongous sell-offs. Pretty strong sell-offs, I would say, right? From the top here, this is the 1 hour, but from the tippy top to where we wick down to, that's 6.2%, my friends. That piques my interest all day long. So now I have to still do some sleuthing, but I was peeking, and I'm sure others were as well, at some pretty large transactions throughout that time, wondering who it was, where it was coming from, where it was going. When I know more, I'll let you know. Maybe some other people have more time to do it. Will get out before me, but I was looking and I saw some pretty crazy shit. But maybe, my friends, it's because of, maybe it's because of the uncertainty that certain individuals are causing within the Cosmos ecosystem. So if you guys didn't see, right? You should have sold. You didn't sell your grant. Did you sell? How long have we been friends, Joe? What the hell? How long have we been friends? Let me go into this. Okay. So Blau said he wanted to hold on. Let me bring up some stuff real quick. I gotta bring up some stuff real quick just so I can set the table for you guys, so you guys can know what I'm talking about here. Boom. All right. Let me see here. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, sorry guys, I'm trying to look for. Okay, wait, you guys. I can't help but laugh. All right, this is the funniest shit ever. Let me bring it for you guys, okay?
Otherwise,
This is
so the
hold up. This is the man behind Jacob. Or this is the man. This is Jacob, the man behind Notional. I'm sorry, I laugh so hard. I know this is kind of old, but like when I want to wake up in the morning, I just go look for something in Notional, and I just I just go, well, at least I'm not that. Like Hey, okay. Here, this is the CEO of Notional. Okay.
so the NDA would be step one. And after that, you'd have new contracts. And otherwise, zero.com. So the NDA would be step one.
What the fuck? Oh my god. I can't. I just can't. I can't take it seriously. I can't take anything seriously when a CEO of a multi-million dollar company, who knows what it's actually valued at, we'll get into that in just a little bit, addresses serious issues like this. I just can't. I don't know like how anybody else takes it seriously, but I freaking can't. I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, I was trying to find Ray Raspberry. Shout out to Ray. Really good. Like I think he's a good guy. Whatever. I think his intentions are pretty good. People might have opinions of other people, and I don't really care. I think like it's really interesting. this is what I want to bring up here. It comes from Cat Shark, excuse me. And it addresses why they left, why all these devs left. Okay, sorry guys, it's going to be a big white screen. That's I wish I could change it, but that's what we got here. And so if you guys didn't take time to read this, let's go through this together. This is their official statement. Didn't he buy a bunch of Osmo at why we left? 16 notional engineers. In the beginning, we wanted to work. I'm sorry if I'm reading you guys a bedtime story. I promise you it gets really good. I know you guys can read for yourselves too, but I'll whatever. I'm gonna give my attempt. In the beginning, we wanted to work in peace, avoid the drama. But for the past few days, the CEO and Litbit, looking at you, big guy, looking at you. Everybody knows I don't like you. Anyway, in the beginning, blah, 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 CEO and Litbit chose to harm our reputation publicly, spreading false accusations upon us and threatening us. For instance, the CEO claimed there was a plan made by us to harm him personally in a document sent to all teams and foundations Notional has connection with. Again, if you guys don't know, actually, yeah, I'm sorry. Blau doesn't even know. So what happened, Blau, is a good chunk of the developer team from Notional decided to up and leave Notional and start their own company. And there was a lot of accusations getting thrown around left and right about why that was. And so basically Notional's company has been split in more than in just half. This comes after the community pool funded Notional to be janitors to do work for the Cosmos Hub as an entity, a few months ago when a certain prop passed. So a lot of money was sent to Notional to be those people, and now a lot of people are basically questioning the capabilities of Notional's workforce and ability to actually do that, to uphold why we gave them money. And also, there's been very much a lot of accusations and speculation of the health of Notional as a company. If you don't know, Notional in turn from all of this decided to wind down every single one of their validators. So they are no longer providing validator services for all the chains that they were once providing services for. But they still cling on to the fact that they can and will provide the needed work for the grant or for the money that they receive from the Cosmos Hub from the community. A lot of people are questioning that. And there's also the problem that in the split, in the separation, certain individuals hold the access keys needed for said funds. So yeah. Let me see. Let me catch up a chat. He's not a good guy, just provides good information to skeptical community members. You talking about me or who? What? Me? Joe? Yeah, I'm not a good guy, dude. I'm not. Who's not a good guy? I wanted a bedtime story, but can make lives 1.5 times. Look, Striker. Look, you drink a cup of coffee. I wanted who wins, one, a man child or 16 engineers. Crazy for people to take the one man child side. Yeah, I think it's absolutely insane. I think it's ludicrous. Look, it's like Stockholm syndrome, where it's like where people have at one point interacted with somebody and they're like, you guys ever saw that one clip where the guy was like interviewing and the reporter's like, well, what about the murders? And the two friends are like, what murders? Like, what? The entire engineering team now it is 16, was 13 before, 3 left. Only 3 left on the engineering team. Wow. The one crazy seems great. Chad's actually, sorry guys, let me actually just put this in the chat here so you guys can all see this. Chad says the one man seems to be crazy. Yeah. Entire company is Jacob, Litbit, and management. Yep. Blau says, thank you. That sounds like a full-blown drama story again. Typical Cosmos, I guess. Yeah. See, right? It's such a bad visual. I know, Striker. I know. Ray Raspberry for the win, right? I know, right? This is a good guy. So let me. I'm sorry. This sometimes I hate the screen thing here. Anyway, they go on to saying this is like what they officially have like. I don't know if this is like. I guess this is official, like their official statement. They say they have no choice but to defend ourselves. We hope I guess one more thing while we go over this. Jacob has stated on social media that the reason why he basically up and left his location in a hurry and uprooted his family and moved them and went on this weird filming of his life is because a gentleman, excuse me, had informed him, a credible gentleman, per using his words, has informed him that there was an attempt to be made to do him harm. Um, and so, with the threat of, I guess, personal safety, uh, he uprooted his family and left and has been on a trek with some guy from Posthuman recording him the entire time, which was weird though, because he's been on this trek, traveling and away from home base for quite a long time. And so I personally don't buy that. Um, anyway, that's just my opinion though. From what I can see, they go on to saying a toxic environment. The CEO, which is Jacob, volatile temper often translates into threats of salary suspension or termination. Moreover, the CEO occasionally invites people to engage in illicit drug use. Also, the CEO always criticizes people behind their back, using back channels instead of just directly talking to them. You guys, remember when I said, what my guess was with what was happening? You can't pay them and or they don't feel appreciated. It's always just those two things. I'm sorry, I've been in business and employing people for a very long time. Not that I do that, but like I've seen it. I know why people get upset. I know why people start doing the things that they do or say the things that they say. I have friends that are business owners, right? I've seen these things happen so many times, and it's always one of the two. It's either you're not appreciating them or there's something financially happening. That's it. It's always it. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket scientist. It's, obviously, I'm not educated. It's not rocket science. It's a bunch of scientists not doing rocket scientists. Um, they go on to inequality. This is, again, something that I was going into. The CEO justified paying foreigners more than Vietnamese developers by saying foreigners find it difficult to live in Vietnam as their lives are more challenging and they are discriminated against. Recently, the CEO threatened to suspend, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, is it Vong's salary because we had conflicts in unequal pay between Vietnamese and foreigners. No, I think one thing that people don't understand is it could literally, I know us here in the United States and many people abroad feel that weed is not a drug. I share that. But you got to understand, it doesn't matter. Like the culture there, and for some of these regions in Asia, weed is a very serious offense. A very serious offense, into where if you are caught with it, you can get thrown into jail for a very long time there. Yeah, and I highly doubt it was weed. I highly doubt it was weed. Could it be meth? Dot 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 dot. Right? So, God, I wish Joe, you got to tell me, how does chat overlay like without making it teeny tiny? We'll just leave on the chat. We'll just leave on the chat here, and I'll get my big face out of the way here. It goes on to saying here, shares being used as a tool to underpay. First, we believe the value of shares and agreed to work with a very low salary, way below industry standard, which is always a funny conversation to me. The value of shares turned out to be false promises. The CEO lied to people about shares and vesting terms. He said other people, Alex, I don't know how to say some of these people's names, Alex Stewart, look what I can do, lit to trick co-founders into panic selling the shares with cheap price where lots of revenue isn't calculated. Prop 104, almost half of validator income. When we were having a conflict, the CEO came up with a plan to use 100% of new shares to have ours. Mr. Stewart, I know it's not Stewart, I'm just going to say that, justified it by saying vet co-founders or Vietnamese co-founders are minors. On paper, I'm not laughing. It's funny though. On paper, we own 30% shares. Our opinions would not matter anyways, so the CEO can execute the shares, issuing a plan without our consent. Look here. Actually, hold on a second. Are you saying Litbit was sent out to trick, physically trick, or like meant to, like, fuck you, Litbit? That's all I gotta say. I don't like you, my friend. Personal opinion. Go cry about it. My channel. You can fuck off. You don't seem like a good person at all. Anyway, yeah. I'd say go pick on somebody your own size, but we saw how that went in the osmosis ring, right? You got your ass kicked, son. Anyway, let me go on. Let me go on. Let me see. Reese says, can vouch to everything they said here. They tried to get me to take a massive salary cut for some shares, but not allowed to know the amount. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's a bullshit. Man, I hope you do lawyer up, because it don't look good. If this is, I can't verify anything. The only person that could probably ever speak to this in any kind of weight would be Reese, because Reese has worked for them in the past. Please, again, know that this is just my opinions and thoughts of the matter at hand of being a community member and staker of Atom. Again, I can't verify or say anything to that measure when it comes to any of these accusations and or comments or statements. I'm just regurgitating the content, right? The lack of financial transparency and draining of company treasury. This is the funny thing to me. This is where it gets interesting to me, kind of what I was speculating on before. The lack of financial transparency. Okay. Lots of income isn't calculated in the official financial report. Lots of assets are not bonded to the company, including the atoms from Pop 104. On paper, the registered company is just a shell. The CEO uses the company's assets like his personal wallet. This was confirmed by Ricardo, who manages the company assets. Uncollaborative working environment. I know this is insane. Imagine not counting the revenue for your company. This is insanity. Insanity. Sorry, guys. It's wintertime, my allergies and stuff. The CEO repeatedly sabotaged other people's code work. Sounds like, I think we all know, like, that sounds like everything, right? That sounds like Jacob through and through. Doesn't even matter about their own. Like, we already know that Jacob used to do this to everybody launching anything in the cosmos. But like, bro, you did it to your own company. Your own people are claiming this. Like, we knew you were already like that. Like, God forbid you actually came after both. This is just this is just so fitting too, that you went after Kajira. They're my channel sponsor. You went after Patrick and Jackal, also my channel. You wonder why, right? It didn't even work out that way. You did this yourself. You didn't even work out this way. They were sponsoring me beforehand. Like, bro, and now you do this to your own company, your own people? That's insane to me. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? The employees had reported multiple times directly to the CEO himself and the COO. I don't even know how to say their names, but that didn't stop. Everyone had to spend extra time on resolving the mess he had been continuously making. It's like you purposely sabotage stuff so that you can stay relative, which, look where that got you. They wanted to go public in the future too. I know, man, would have been dude, you would have been arrested left and right. Thank God. Man, you almost duped me. Man, you almost duped me way back in the day. I could go into my own personal things with him, but it doesn't hold a candle in comparison to what he's done already with other people. I'm just glad I ducked and dodged you and your whole freaking crew. Oh my gosh. The CEO backstabbed his co-founders is another claim here. The CEO once attempted to fire Khan. Hopefully I'm saying this right, because a member, Vin, badmouthed and discredited Khan right after. I'm not saying this right. I'm sorry. Khan just helped the company close an important contract. Khan is the first engineer who followed him, starting from the very beginning when he had nothing. Not even the osmosis validator was working voluntarily for 2 months with no salary and never requested anything from him. He built the whole tech cruise and helped train them and worked to close to many software deals, including the very first one at Notional. When realizing that people would follow Khan, the CEO fired Vin instead. When we found out the bad state of the company, knowing the sketchy official paperwork and false promises about shares, we could no longer endure it and have decided to leave. The last 3 former engineers had made their decisions to leave a few days ago, even though they were proposed to have their salaries almost doubled. This is something to take in mind about the working environment and the treatment at Notional. This is going to go into exactly what Reese just said a little while ago, what they tried to do with Reese. So it goes into sharing apparently some information that was shared within the company here. Again, I'm sorry if this doesn't come out looking right here, but it says Whole be promoted to associate engineer. Their salary was $3,000 per month, immediately up from $1,800. You're paying them $1,800 only for all the money you got. You were literally only look. This says I can't say that you're like, grifting or whatever you pay your salaries and stuff like that. Like as a business owner, you got to pay for work. You got to pay your people what they're valued at and what you're actually bidding out there in the service field that you're bidding in, right? You came to the Cosmos Hub and got all this money from the community pool, and you were only paying your people. And I can understand like you want to be profitable and stuff like that, but like, bro, talk about undervaluing your employees. Like you were fucking shooting yourself in the foot by shortchanging your own employees. You're only paying them $1,800. And don't give me this. Oh, but in Vietnam, that's you're wealthy. We're talking about like the Web3 landscape. You can remote work from anywhere these days. So like, I don't care where you work from. The industry is what we're evaluating at. That's way below industry standards. That is way below industry standards. I don't give a flying fuck if they are working in a stinking hut in the middle of a remote island in the Pacific. If they're providing quality work or the majority of your work and you've requested and you've gotten funding for this, you should have been paying them, in my humble opinion, at least what you're saying you're bonusing them right now to $3,000 a month from $1,800. And this person, Min, I don't know how to say you guys' names. I'm sorry. Goes promoted to associate engineer immediately at $2,000 per month from $1,500. This other one goes to $2,000 from $1,000. Holy crap, dude. No wonder they wanted to leave you, bro. It's like I speculated and said, it's probably because they felt undervalued and unappreciated. I wonder how much you got paid, Litbit. I wonder how much Jacob pulled. I wonder how much Jacob pulls from it all every month. I wonder how much Litbit pulls every month. This is jaw-dropping if true. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you lay your head down at night. If you log into this blockchain world and you provide a service that's worldwide, the industry is not Vietnam, right? Oh man. Okay, and we can go on. We can go on. So Lit is less than that. COO is 5.5K a month. Jacob makes 6, but probably Lit makes what, like 4? I don't know. I'm just speculating. I would assume. So he says, Ricardo says, yes, here's some messages from Ricardo, Notional's BDM, who manages, if you guys don't know, it's business development manager, who manages, unless they changed acronyms, and I don't know, like they just play with fancy wordings, but that's what I'm assuming that's what it stands for. Manage the company's assets. This is proof of lack of financial transparency and CEO's draining of the company treasury. This is from Ricardo himself. Supposedly, right? This is what we're being shared. Again, I'm just regurgitating. I can't speak to the validity of this. I'm just regurgitating what's out there. Ricardo says, yes, sometimes he takes for his wife. Wait, what? Your wife is on the payroll? Yes, sometimes he takes for his wife. Last time took 5K. Now saying is going to take another 5K. Long says, yeah, it's discussed. Then no problem. He treats this like a sole, oh gosh, I can't read these sometimes. He treat that Addy like it's his own, like he the boss. He's saying we own some shit in the company, but we actually don't. When we asked a question about dividends, yeah, Vin and Billy left with nothing. Wow. He just throw a message saying 1 year open X. We will never have an 1 year open X if he keeps throwing open whatever money like that. Yes, is the point. Oh my goodness. This is the first time I'm actually reading this. I don't want to be publicized, be fooled. I remember when he was saying something about this deal here, 100 million valuation. I don't understand why we can't have shares and good pay at the same time. Pay is for work done. Share is value for bonuses. For working hard, you see the company grow and your shares grow with it. Shares are a loyalty tool, not a pay reduce tool. Yeah, bro, bro, bro. Wow. Let me catch up a chat here. Blau says, geez, I'm kind of speechless. Blau he's been a large business owner as well. Like, yeah, man, like, what do you like as somebody who's ran their own business, not been in somebody else's business, but like literally from the ground up have ran and still do. Like, this is cringy. That's not even the right word. Cringy. Reset again. Jacob makes $6K a month in USD. COO is 5.5 a month. So lit is less than that. This is confirmed from Ricardo. Okay, this is confirmed from Ricardo. And Beta so happy I own barely any Adam at all anymore. Yeah, it's okay. Some people might be like, yo, Tank, why do you go so ham on Notional? Like I've literally had people say like, don't kick a man when he's down, and basically trying to like emotionally shame me or and other people for calling this kind of stuff out. You guys have, I don't know why, because it's not hard to see how this is going to directly affect the processes and or the view that retail has for Adam. Like Adam already has a bunch of problems, right? Adam already has a bunch of freaking problems. This is like definitely not good. Definitely not good at all. Jacob still owns a Mackie. Good. It's probably the one smart thing he's ever done. Probably the one smart thing he's ever done is buy a Maneki. Oh man. Let me bring up and to be all fairness here, look, I'm gonna bring up Jacob. Jacob, did you block me? Jacob. Annie, are you okay? I think he blocked me. You bastard. I bet you I can find him though. Through Cat Shark here. Yeah. I'm sure I can find him. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me bring up this here. Jacob still owes, man. Oh, yeah, owes. Yeah, he still owes. Yeah, does he own? God bless. He does still owe Maneki. Little fucking. Again, I don't even want to get into that. This guy, he said so many promises to me and the IBC gang community. And when we were doing things before, nothing, never followed through with anything ever that he's ever said to me. That's my personal interactions with Jacob. The man has never followed through and made good with anything he's ever said to me or the community before in the past. He goes on to saying this. I want to share this. This will be my last tweet for at least several days, which prove it. Please do. Please, God, we're so over you already. Today, December 4th, 2023, Cat Shark published a PDF file titled Why We Quit, blah, blah, blah. That document contains absolutely zero evidence for the claims that it makes. Basically, this is going to be a rant. I haven't read. This is going to be a rant about like prove it. I urge Cat Shark to distribute proof of his claims and await such proof. For example, there is a claim that I sabotage of software. If anyone believes this to be true at any time for any reason, please simply show the entire world that code of mine, along with proof that the effect of the code was to sabotage, and please also provide the code in its full context. Like, okay, here, actually, let me just stop this right now. Look, you freaking child. You live in a fantasy world where it's like, if you can't prove it, it never happened. The implication and the view that people have can be real without having physical proof because of your actions. Like, you're unstable, you're unhinged. Period. Period. And that's my opinion about you, and everybody else's as well. And it could be absolutely valid. You're sabotaging not just code, but you're sabotaging the ecosystem that you claim to be a white knight of from your actions. Seriously, if you care, disappear. If you care, disappear. You've done more harm to the view for the average retailer and people trying to work within the Cosmos ecosystem than you've ever done anything good. Ever done it. That's my opinion. Again, you've done more harm, my friend, than anything that's in between your head right now. Like anything that you think right now. Oh, you've made a validator. You've done this. You've done that. You are causing more harm. There's like, when you've I'm sure you know, right? Because AA and NA, Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, actually tell you this, and many other practices when you're trying to reform your life, tell you these kind of things. That there becomes a moment when you're trying to make amends to the people that you've harmed in the past, to where if you actually will, if you even think that you're going to cause more harm by doing so, then you should just let dogs lie, and you should just keep it to yourself and exit the situation in its entirety. There's some things where you just got to bite your tongue and you just have to exit. There is nothing you're going to do from here on out, Jacob. In my humble opinion, there's nothing you're ever going to do from here on out that's ever going to validate or overcome your previous shadow that you've casted for yourself. Not in the Cosmos ecosystem. Never in the Cosmos ecosystem. I'm being very honest with you. Peer-to-peer, person-to-person, man-to-man, putting all of my bias away right now. I will tell you this right now, as just an observer, a holder of the Atom token, a participant of the Cosmos ecosystem, there is no good that you're going to do from here on out, whether you redeploy your validator services, you keep doing whatever DevOps you think you're going to do going forward. There is no good from you being around anymore that you're going to provide to the Cosmos Hub. Stop yourself believing in your own lies. Look in the mirror. Stop listening to Litbit. Stop listening to the person that's videotaping you. Whoever is talking to you, my friend, you're being played. These are things people have talked to you and said to you many times in the past. And I'm really trying to come to you humbly as just a person, as a man with a family, with kids, which you have too. As a business owner, as just a person, my friend, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because you can't look at a camera to save your freaking life. And I wonder why that is. You have to realize the damage that you're causing for the Cosmos ecosystem. I'm being very, very, very straightforward with you. You keep saying that you want lawyers to be involved. Let's read the rest of this, okay? Stop. Let's just be real. Stop bullshitting yourself and everybody else. Just stop, Jacob. Just stop. Because you've talked about lawyers for so long, but the funny thing is, in your own words, you haven't even retained a lawyer. And in your own words, you think litigation is stupid. I wonder, only person that would ever think litigation is stupid is somebody that knows it's not going to go anywhere. If you have a dog in the fight, you would not think that that's stupid. I get where you're coming from in certain aspects. Don't get me wrong. I get it. A lawyer, all they're going to do is try to take your money. They're going to drag it out. You're going to get everybody involved. So maybe in a way you're kind of like protecting everybody by not lawyering up, because I promise you right now, we are not, as a community. I will make videos all day, every day, and broadcast my stuff. We should not be paying lawyer fees for your stupidity, for your inability to run a legal business entity and remain it to be profitable. You've dipped your hands in community pools, which is now it's all fair. The hell with that. Now, if it was your own money, your own investments, and all this stuff, like maybe all this stuff would be a different story. But you put your hands in the pot, my friend, of the community, of the ecosystem. Be a real white knight. Walk away. Fade off into oblivion. You will always be remembered. Maybe not the way that you wanted to be remembered, but you will always be remembered. So take that with a grain of salt and walk away. Let me go into this even further, okay? Let me go into this a little bit further here. There are more falsehoods in this document than than he has time to address. I'm personally in the process of retaining legal representation in Vietnam. You have not idly anything. You've been very active, my friend. So let me take that back. You have been very actively threatening like people with legal actions, both verbally and visually with your video recording, right? And yet you've asked these individuals to contact your attorney. You have no attorney. You have no attorney. This is your own words. I am personally in the process of retaining legal representation in Vietnam. And I'm personally going to vigorously defend myself against what I currently view as defamation. What the hell? You're the pot calling everything else black. You're the pot calling everybody else black. And we are community members. Your company is funded through a vote from the community. I have the right to address and say whatever I want to say per you. This is my opinion of you and your company. Again, I can't make claims to validate any of this stuff. I'm not a participant in this. I'm a observer. Somebody is ingesting this bullshit that you're regurgitating back out into the space. And as somebody that you are benefiting from, I have the right now, since you dipped your fingers in the community pool, to voice my opinion. My friend, leave. Take Litbit with you and go make videos lying in bed with your shirts off, being all depressed. What kind of cringy crap is that, by the way, too? Who are you? Why? And talk about civil and social fund. Like what? Wait a minute. Like I get you can create partnerships, collaborations, and whatnot. But like you talk about being a white knight and decentralization and all this other stuff. You know what the problem is with the Cosmos ecosystem is that it's been socially and financial civil attack from the very get. The fact that you have Posthuman, which is a validator, somebody, I don't know if he is. I don't know if he is he part of Posthuman? Maybe he's just somebody that's involved in Posthuman or whatever it is. Whatever it is, following you around, making videos. Is he on the company pay too? Are you paying these individuals that? I saw a video where you actually unwound and gave your delegate the Atom stake to Posthuman. We should kick you out just because of that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I can, yeah. People can, same with me. I will agree with you, Blau, on that one. Agree to disagree doesn't mean I'm right either. This is just my personal opinion. This is just my personal opinion. I got a camera and I got a microphone and I got a channel, right? It doesn't mean I'm right. It does not mean I'm right. So everybody wants to come out and defend Jacob or whatever. If Jacob wants to defend himself, or if you guys want to have a different opinion, so be it. The Cosmos ecosystem, Jacob, would be better off without you in it. That's my humble opinion. That is my humble opinion. The Cosmos ecosystem would be better off without Notional. You want to be a white knight? My humble suggestion to you is walk away. Stop interacting. You know, also, like people, man, I could go on for. Does anybody have anything else they want to add? I could go on and on and on because I think everybody kind of feels the same thing. I think for the most part. Yeah. And you know what, honestly, which I will say, look, I don't want to discriminate against people with mental problems. I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and insinuate because Jacob's actually admitted to it. We all have our mental issues. I've suffered for many years from depression and panic attack and anxiety. I think it's just kind of one of those things that go hand in hand with running a business. Like it kind of is what it is, right? Like if you didn't have these problems in the past, I'll tell you guys right now, starting a business, you'll probably end up with it in the future. Like it's kind of unavoidable. The stress alone of running a small business to Fortune 500 or even beyond that is very, very stressful. And so like, I'm not making light or I'm not making fun or I'm not trying to like do anything of that sort of nature. But look, if you're that unhinged, my friend, to where you can't even look at the camera most of the time, maybe it's just time to walk away. Maybe it's just time to walk away. Like, I know I'm not trying to bring people's families and stuff like this, but like, you affect people's families. You affect people's families. And as a business owner, I can tell you firsthand, these are the kind of hard pills you need to swallow. You affect people's families, not just yours. Many people throughout with your actions. You have kids, my friend. Go enjoy them. Later, Striker. Go enjoy them. Is this worth it? I would say it's not. I mean, I'm trying to find, which you must have just deleted all of them, I guess. I guess. I'm trying to find examples. This is like a video. Packing up and like eating. I'm like, here.
How are you today?
This is somebody
Twitter?
that is going
How
through
are you?
in the comments in this, that Jacob hasn't changed his clothes since. And his comment back was here. Let me bring it up. It's because leaving Hanoi on the 16th. So it's the 16th of last month. You haven't changed your clothes. You haven't bought any new clothes. I did not take any clothes with me. I grabbed valuable stuff like my wife, my boys' computers and phones. And I was literally flying to Bangkok with 4 hours and receiving the messages of concern of credible threat to my person. But this is.
How are you today?
Shit. This is.
Hello, Twitter. How are you today?
What is going on? And now there's a prop on Commonwealth. Well, actually on the Cosmos Hub forums, because that's the way you have to go with it, to claw back the vested funds that are not, not vested. I'm sorry. To claw back the funds that are not vested, I believe. I think that's how the wording goes. And it's nothing, right? Like, we basically got to call this, I would say, like, the whole thing. I know I said revoke the other day and all this stuff. I'm at the point now, but like, just cut it as a loss. Let Jacob leave. That's all we can do. Right? I think if you did anything more, and G says here, which is Grace, that Notional will build something better.
Until you get what you want. Because you won't deserve it. You know this fucking deal that I'm about to sign? Barring me from the securities industry, barring me from Stratton, my home. The fuck is that, you know? I'll tell you what it is, it's me taking no for an answer, you know? It's them It's them selling me, not the other way around. It's me being a hypocrite is what it is. So, you know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on! This is my home! They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here! They're gonna need to send in the National Guard a fucking SWAT team, cause I ain't going nowhere! Fuck them!
Well, I would urge you to leave, Jacob. I would urge you to leave. I would very much. I don't know what you just watched. I have no idea what I just watched. A delusional individual. That's all I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. And look, I will say this, Cosmos ecosystem, Cosmos hub. We are what we tolerate, right? We are. If you hang around shitheads and justify shitheads in their actions, you're a shithead, even if you don't do the things that they do, right? Period. That's the reality of life, my friends. Cosmos ecosystem, Cosmos hub, Cosmos community. Anybody holding at them, anybody directly affected, whether you have platforms, protocols, you have communities, projects, whatever it is. You are the company that you keep. You are what you tolerate. This is not a healthy individual or healthy company. It's not. I will say, have I got a return from the community pool spend as an Atom staker and holder, trying to leave all my bias out of there? No, hell no. Hell no. What I got out of it was a dissolved company. That's what I got out of it. That's what we all got out of it. We all got a dissolved company. Right? Or are they dissolving? Or there's just the services? Are they keeping it? I don't know. We got a fraction of a company. We got I don't even know if it's a beating heart. We got something left. I definitely didn't get any value. Definitely didn't get any value of it. That's for sure. So I don't know, man. I think this might be the last time, unless something crazy happens, which probably, I'll say this, but probably is not going to be it because I'm lying to you guys, because I know the Cosmos is never short of drama and content. And it's relative, right? Even if I didn't want to cover this, I have to cover this because I like Kujira. I like Jackal. I like a lot of other things in the Cosmos ecosystem. This is going to indirectly and directly affect those things going forward. It's going to affect processes. It's going to affect relationships. It's going to affect liquidity. It's going to affect a lot of things, right? So I have to cover this. I'm not trying to clickbait this. I want what's best, really, honestly, truly, for the ecosystem. And I do want to see my tokens gain value some way, somehow. This, I don't think, is going to help us in any kind of freaking way. I don't see how Jacob and his core team that are still left are ever going to recycle this, refurbish it, reproduce, or resubmit any kind of effort within the Cosmos ecosystem that is going to be beneficial long term. If there is somebody, tell me. I would love to have Jacob, Litbit, all of you. Even though I would advise you not to, because you're supposedly supposed to have lawyers involved. I would love to have you guys on the stream. I would love to hear the facts. I would love to get it out there in the open and hash it out. It's always open. It's always an open platform. But in any case, my friends, with that, I wish there was I just wish we didn't have to focus on this kind of stuff. Adam and the Cosmos Hub have many other things that they need to overcome. If you really fancy yourself a white knight, somebody who cares about people and the effects that your decisions have, sometimes you got to understand when you're not the answer, right? Like, you've got to understand when you do more damage than you do good. You've got to, right? Right? Come on, Jacob. Anyway, that's what I got, guys. I'll make a better video tomorrow, not about Notional, hopefully. But yeah, guys, take pay. If you guys are in profits, because there's a lot of things that are in profits right now, consider them, or else you actually sit there and, you'll probably have an emotional thing. Opinion. Oh, I have one thing. I do have one thing I got to cover. Little selfish about this. If you guys don't know, there is a proposal for myself and 3 other individuals for the operations, or for the operation sub-DAO within the Juno network. It has a little over a day left before it's done. This is just for a seat upon the operation sub-DAO. So again, this won't be this isn't, trial error thing and stuff like this. This isn't like I'm taking over stuff and blah blah blah. But I could use your guys' support if you guys hold any Juno still. If you guys are staking any Juno, I really would appreciate if you guys took the time to vote yes for this proposal. I'm one of 4, so there's 3 others. Right now, it looks like mine is going to pass. My quorum has been met. There's 29.86 voting yes, which again, guys, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for your belief in me, your support in me. I'm gonna do my best to represent the community and to hopefully help implement processes that are going to help turn this ship around for not just Juno, but for the entire Cosmos ecosystem. Because I think this is a good chance to be an example within the Cosmos ecosystem. But yeah, I could use your guys' support. It does look like it's going to pass for me. There are some other individuals which are from the sound yesterday, because the first time I got to meet them yesterday, or actually interact with them actively yesterday, was on the Discord interview. But Panos is also being voted upon. There's Mac as well, and Cristiano. There's unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to pass. It doesn't even look like it's actually going to be meeting quorum, I don't think. Oh no, it did. It did meet quorum. It doesn't look like, unfortunately, but and these individuals have. If you guys don't know them, I voted yes for them, right? Because I've been working with them. I've been seeing them. I voted yes for them. They have good ideas, and right, and the process is to work with each other along with the other sub-DAOs to implement these ideas, along with, most importantly, the people of the Juno network. And so I kind of, it's kind of baffling to me to see what's happening with some of my fellow nominees. I can only speak for myself, though. I could definitely use your guys' support to really drive this home. Hopefully this doesn't turn around, and hopefully, it does stay in a positive light throughout tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. It's a long shot, but like the story says, and like I was sharing yesterday, I don't know. A lot of people like to call things before, a lot of people like to call things early. And there was an Asian story. Won't get into it, but like I really love the fact that in that story, the father always says, I don't know, I can't call it. It's seemingly when every single bad thing happens, yeah, you could say it's doom and gloom. You could quit. You could throw in the towel. You could say that was it. But a lot of times it's just a stepping stone in the journey of life, right? And so I don't know. I can't call it. I don't know where this is going to lead. I don't know if it's going to end up positive. It's too early. I can't call it, but I'm going to give it a good effort. I'm going to try to make of it what I can make of it for the best of everybody involved. And so please vote yes on my proposal, Prop 321. With that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Peace. See ya. Thank you guys for watching.